Hello and welcome to this training video on new student registration advising. The topics covered in this video will be the steps involved with new student registration advising, and they are locating your new student registration advisees in Workday, viewing their transfer credit, which may include transfer credit earned at another institution or credit earned through test scores like advanced placement, contacting your advisees, viewing test scores, specifically placement test scores in the areas of chemistry, math, and English, creating and/or updating their academic plan, saving a copy of that academic plan, removing their registration hold, and finally the student will register at the new student registration event. Let's start with how to locate your new student registration advisees within the Workday system. In Workday, there's no automatic notification when a student is assigned as your advisee, so be looking for a message about a month before the new student registration event that you've been assigned new advisees. To see a list of your new student registration advisees, first go to your advisor dashboard, click on the New Student Registration tab, and then access the Active Students Not Registered New Student Registration Report. Fill in the required prompts indicated by the red asterisk. For the new student registration cohort prompt, type in something like 2022 NSR and click enter, and then select the correct new student registration cohort. Similarly, for your primary advising cohort, type in your last name or part of your last name and click enter, and then select the appropriate primary advising cohort. Now click OK. Once the report is done running, you'll see a list of your new student registration advisees. Please note that some advisees have more than one row per record. To access your advisee's record, but to leave this report open, hover over the name of your advisee, right-click, and click See in a new tab. Now you are taken to your advisee's student profile. Here you can see basic information about your advisee. If you click on the Academics tab, you can see basic program information. This student is currently a CCP student, but will begin the biology program this fall. Next, let's take a look at how you can view your advisee's transfer credit. From the student's profile, make sure you have the Academics menu selected, and then click on the External Records tab. You'll see on this page a list of institutions the student has attended, as well as the tests the student has taken. If you'd like to look more closely at one of the student's transcripts, click on this number here, click the magnifying glass, scroll down, click on Attachment, and now open up the PDF. If more than one transcript exists, click on the number, then click on the three dots beside the magnifying glass to see when the transcript was issued. This one was issued in March of 2021, and this one was issued in August of 2021. So this will be the most recent transcript. To view a student's test scores, it's easiest to click on the View All button beside the test. If a student has taken a test multiple times, clicking the View All button should display each time the test has been taken and the scores the student received. Now let's take a look at the student's Transfer Credit tab to see which college coursework or test scores has resulted in transfer credit being awarded at the University of Findlay. Here you'll see a list of all of the college credit the student has earned based on college coursework or tests the student has taken. You'll be able to see the University of Findlay course, followed by the transfer school, followed by when the course was evaluated. Here you can see the University of Findlay course, followed by the test the student took, followed by when it was evaluated. Finally, we can look at the student's full academic history by clicking on the Academic History tab. Because this student is a College Credit Plus student, we can see the courses they've taken at the University of Findlay while in high school, followed by their transfer credit, followed by their credit by exam. Next, let's talk about contacting your advisees and what you should ask when you reach out. When you are notified regarding your new student registration advisees, You will also be provided a list of questions by the Director of Advising to reach out to the student to find out more about the student's academic goals, their desired program, any transfer credit or test scores that have not been evaluated, as well as their Core Plus preferences. This outreach can be done by phone, email, or by Zoom. To find a student's contact information, move from the Academics menu to the Contact menu. Scroll down to see the student's phone numbers and personal email addresses that are in the system. To begin an email, simply click on the email address. Now we'll take a look at how to view a student's placement test scores. These scores will help determine which math, chemistry, or English courses a student places into. We will later use these results to help build the student's academic plan. The reason that this step comes after earlier steps is because typically, placement tests are taken approximately 2 weeks before new student registration. However, you will be able to view your advisee's records and contact them much earlier. To view which placement tests your advisee has completed, refer to the External Records tab under the Academics menu. This student has taken the ACT test, which helps place a student into the correct courses, the math placement exam, as well as an Accuplacer exam. In order to view how these placement test scores impact a student's placement, first go to your advisor dashboard, then again click on New Student Registration, click on the Combined Test Scores report. Fill in the required prompts. First, the new student registration cohort. Type in something like 2022 NSR and click on the appropriate new student registration cohort. For primary advising cohort, type in your last name or part of your last name and click Enter and select your appropriate primary advising cohort. Now click OK. In this report, you'll first see some basic information about your advisee. After that, you'll see 2 columns which indicate which chemistry course the student placed into, based on their ACT or SAT scores, and then based on their placement test scores. If a student did not take an ACT or SAT or a placement test, that column will default to the lower chemistry course. When building the student's academic plan, you will use the higher of the 2 chemistry courses. Please also note that if the student earned a chemistry course via transfer credit, that will not be reflected on this report. Next, you'll see 2 columns which indicate the student's math placement course. First, based on their ACT or SAT scores, and next based on their math placement score. Again, when building the student's academic plan, you'll use the higher of the 2 scores. Please refer to this math placement key to determine which math course the student should take. You may also take into account which program the student is in and what the program requirements are. Finally, you will have a column that indicates which English course the student placed into based on their ACT or SAT scores. If a student did not take an ACT or SAT test, this column will default to English 104. If the student has taken a self-directed English placement assessment, then they should provide those results to you when you contact them. All of these placement results, in combination with the student's program requirements and their transfer credit, will help in building the academic plan. Now let's talk about creating or updating your student's academic plan. This is the most important step in new student registration advising. Students will use the courses that you put on their academic plan, and they will select open sections during the new student registration event. In Workday, most programs have an academic plan template that you can use. However, they often require significant updating based on the student's individual circumstances. To begin creating or updating your advisee's academic plan, first go to their student profile, then click on the Academics menu, and then the Plan tab. If your advisee does not yet have an academic plan, you will see this Create Academic Plan button. First, click the button. Next, select the student's academic program, and the academic plan template should display automatically. Now click OK. The academic plan template that displays shows a year-by-year, semester-by-semester plan of what the student should take to stay on track toward graduation. During the Create Academic Plan or Update Academic Plan processes, The status column currently does not reflect accurate statuses based on the student situation. This is an issue we hope to have resolved soon. In order to see the correct statuses, click OK. Now click Done. And when you're back on the student's academic plan page, you will see the correct statuses that accurately reflect the student situation. Sometimes when you go to create an academic plan, you'll get an error message. That message may indicate that certain courses aren't available during a certain academic period. You can resolve the error by removing those courses from the academic plan. When you go to your advisee's academic plan page, if the academic plan is blank or for an incorrect program, because perhaps the student has switched programs and switched advisees and you need to change it, you will need to create an alternate academic plan and then replace it with the current primary academic plan. The steps to do that include clicking on the Create Alternate Plan button, give the alternate plan a name, and select the correct program to study. The academic plan template should display. And click OK. Click OK, and then click Done. Now that you've created an alternate academic plan, you want to swap it with the current primary academic plan. So click the Request Change Primary Plan button. And now select the new primary plan from the list of alternate plans. This is the one that you just created. Now the alternate plan you just created is the primary academic plan. Now your student's academic plan displays with the correct statuses next to each course on the academic plan. Let's go over what each of these statuses mean. If the status says did not enroll, that means you're looking at the academic plan during an academic period that has already passed and the student did not complete the course during that term. You may ask why the fall 2021 period or the 2021-2022 academic year is displayed on this academic plan for a student enrolling this fall. The reason for this is because the student has previously attended the University of Findlay, this student as a College Credit Plus student. Because this CCP student first started at UF in fall of 2021, when you create an academic plan, it creates it using fall 2021 as the first academic period. What you will have to do when we update this academic plan is to move each of these courses in the 2021-2022 academic year to the following academic year. And I'll show you how to do that. In order to move courses from one academic period on an academic plan to another academic period, click Update Plan. Now you will want to use the minus button to remove a course from an academic period, then scroll down, then use the plus button to add the course to a new academic period. Type in the subject and number of the course, and then click Enter. You can repeat this process for each course that you're moving from one academic period to another. If you need to remove an entire academic period or academic year from the academic plan, you can do so using these minus buttons. This will remove the fall 2021 academic period, and this will remove the 2021-2022 academic year. Once you are done moving all the courses to the new academic period, click OK, and also click Done. Here again, you can see the updated academic plan with the correct statuses next to each course. Now let's continue our discussion about course statuses. The status Transfer Credit Assigned means that the student has already earned credit for that course via a transfer course or a credit by exam. Because the student has already earned credit for these courses, these would be ones to remove from the academic plan. A status like Past Fall 2021 CCP means that the student already completed this course and earned credit during this academic period. A status like Enrolled 2022 Spring CCP means that this student is enrolled in this course during this academic period. These statuses indicated that these courses should be removed from the academic plan for the upcoming academic period. Two other statuses that you will frequently see are Not Eligible and Eligible to Enroll. Not eligible typically means that the course has prerequisites that the student has not met. Eligible to enroll means that the student has met all the prerequisites and can enroll in the course for that academic period. If the status is not eligible, then that course should probably be removed from the academic plan for that academic period. But if you recall, this student's placement scores qualified them for Chemistry 130 and 130 Lab. If you run into this situation, where the student qualified for a certain course on the placement exam report, but now is not eligible on the academic plan, you need to request an override for this course. This should not happen often, but if it does, you can reach out to the appropriate person in the academic department to request the override, and they can place the override administratively. Again, this is for requesting overrides for courses that the student is eligible for on the placement exam report, but not eligible for on the academic plan. Now that I've requested the override for Chemistry 130 and 130L from the chemistry department, the course is displayed with the status eligible to enroll. One other status that you may see as you scroll down through the student's academic plan is eligible to enroll planned. What this status means is that although the student is not currently eligible to take the class with the courses that they've currently completed, the student has the prerequisites for these courses already on their academic plan in an earlier academic period, so that by the time the student gets to these courses in this academic period, they will be eligible to enroll if they take the courses earlier on their academic plan. I am back at the top of the student's academic plan page, and now that I've reviewed all of the statuses for the courses in the upcoming term, I'm going to go ahead and update the student's academic plan by clicking the Update Plan button. Please note that when you are creating or updating the student's academic plan, the statuses that appear in these two status columns are incorrect. You should refer back to the statuses that you saw when you're reviewing the student's academic plan on their student profile. Now we'll begin making edits to the student's academic plan for the upcoming term. We'll remove this course because transfer credit was assigned. We'll remove this course because transfer credit was assigned. We'll remove this course because it was passed in a previous term, and we'll remove this course because the student is currently taking the course. Additionally, this course the student was not eligible for due to prerequisites, so we'll remove it and consider placing it in a future academic period. One of the lines on the academic plan for the upcoming academic period is occupied by the O3 core requirement. Before you've completely finished updating the student's academic plan, you will have to supply a course here that meets the O3 core requirement, if a line like this exists on the student's academic plan. In order to find course sections that meet the O3 core requirement, we're going to look at the Find Course Sections report. So we'll leave the academic plan as it is for now and click OK, and we'll also click Done. In order to see the Find Course Sections report, click on the University of Findlay icon to go back to your Workday homepage. Go back to your advisor dashboard, and on your advisor dashboard, you will see a link for the Find Course Sections report. Fill in the required prompts indicated by the red asterisks. Type in 2022 Fall, click Enter, and select the top 2022 Fall academic period. Also select the academic level of undergraduate, and click OK. Now you are seeing a list of all of the published undergraduate sections offered in the Fall 2022 academic period. In order to see the course sections that would meet the O3 core requirement, scroll down to the Course Tags faceted search, click More if you need to, and check the O3 core requirement checkbox. Now you are seeing course sections that meet the O3 core requirement. These may be courses that you discuss with the student to find out what their core preferences are. You may also want to make sure that the section status of Open is selected so that you're only seeing open course sections. In this example, we'll pretend like the student has decided upon CSCI 150, so this is the course that we'll add to their academic plan. Now I'm back on the student's academic plan page. I'll click Update Plan, and for the O3 core requirement, I'll click the drop-down and select CSCI 150. In this scenario, the student currently only has 8 hours selected on their academic plan for the upcoming semester. So before we're finished, you may want to add additional courses under the student's academic plan from which the student may register. Here you will see that I've added a few more courses to the student's academic plan for the upcoming academic period. I've also added a C3 core requirement of Anthropology 210, as well as Physics 250 in the lab. Now I will click OK and also Done. One final review of the academic plan indicates that the student has a full list of courses that would make them full-time and is eligible to enroll for each of the courses. The primary goal for new student registration advising is that the student would have a complete academic plan for at least the upcoming academic semester. However, if to prepare for the future you would like to do additional work on the academic plan for future terms, you may also do so. The next couple steps are relatively quick. We'll look at how to save a copy of your student's academic plan. This will be a way to remember what courses you put on the academic plan in case you or the student later update the academic plan. When you are on your advisee's student profile and on the Academic Plan tab, click on Request Plan Approval. Now you can save a copy of the entire academic plan or specific periods on the academic plan. If you select the entire academic plan, you will be saving a copy of the entire plan each year and each academic period. If instead you are saving a copy of specific periods, you will select the upcoming academic period that you've updated on the academic plan, click OK, and click Submit. You can access the saved copy of the plan next to Plan Submitted for Approval. Click the number and then click View Academic Plan. Again, this may help keep the student accountable in case they later update the academic plan. Now we'll take a look at how you will remove your advisee's registration holds. This will enable them to register at their new student registration event. On your advisee student profile, click on the Action Items and Holds menu, and then click Active Holds. In order for your advisee to be able to register at new student registration, you'll have to clear the advisor registration clearance hold. To do that, simply click on the three dots beside this magnifying glass, hover over Holds and click Remove Hold. Next, scroll down, click the Confirm button, and click Submit. Then review your advisee's holds one more time to make sure there are no more advisor registration clearance holds. And the last step we'll demo is what it looks like for a student to register at new student registration. When the student arrives for new student registration, they will register by going to their academics dashboard, clicking on View My Academic Plan, and then they'll click Register from Plan. Next, they'll go through each of the courses on their academic plan, and they'll select Open Sections. In this case, there is no available sections for Anthropology 210. They'll remove that course from their schedule and click Register. And there, they're successfully registered in all of their courses. If you have any questions about any of the material covered in this tutorial, please consider contacting the Office of the Registrar or the Euler Success Center.